Hey guys, okay, so I have a haul for you guys today. Again, it's becoming a bad habit, but I just found all these good books at Goodwill because I've never actually been to a Goodwill before. So of course I had to check out the book section, and it's not as well organized as Salvation Army, unfortunately, but it was still, like, I had time to look through all the shelves, so I found some really good things. The first thing is not a book, it is The Fast and the Furious, with Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, and this was one of my favorite kind of action-y films when I was younger, because this film series, like the whole franchise, is a series of films that my brother and I really like to watch together, and it was like one of the only movies where we really liked watching all of them together, so it's kind of nostalgic for me for spending time with my brother. And I also really love Paul Walker, like, a lot, and I'm so sad that he has died, because he's one of those actors where I feel like it was way too soon. I mean, really, anyone who dies at 40, I just think that that's too soon for people to die, but yeah, anyway, I love this film, and I had the first 4 of these. There are 6 now, getting ready to be 7, or, no, there's 7. Yeah, 7 now, and going to be an 8th one, and I had the first 4 or so, 3 or 4, on iTunes, and then my computer died, and I couldn't get them off iTunes before that happened. So sadly, I kind of lost that, and I really wish that iTunes did the same thing that Amazon did, where whatever you buy from them is, like, online, so that you never lose anything, because unfortunately that's happened a lot with me for iTunes. Like, not only have I lost these, but I also had Warhorse and one other, We Bought a Zoo on my iTunes, and I lost both of those, unfortunately. But yeah, I have this on DVD now, so that's good. And then the books. I have so many books that I found. And one I was actually talked out of. I also had The Handmaid's Tale in this pile before I purchased them. And I talked to my friend about it, and I was like, have you read this? Because my thing about Handmaid's Tale is that everyone says that it's really good, but that it's really difficult emotionally, and I just didn't know if I could handle that. So I was debating buying it at the thrift store, or just checking it out from the library if I ever want to read it, or just not reading it at all. And my friend said that when she read it, she didn't really like the main narrator, so that kind of convinced me not to buy it. So yeah, anyway, these other books were definites for me, and I'm just so excited that I have these now. 3 of them are hardcover, which was bad price-wise because the hardcovers there are the more expensive, but still, they were all pretty good. The first is Amethyst Dreams by Phyllis A. Whitney, and I did not realize how short this book was, because when I was younger, I think my library had the mass market paperback, and it was a lot thicker than this. But this is a Phyllis A. Whitney that I have not read before, and I loved her when I was young. Like, when I was in middle school, she was the first mystery writer that I ever read, and I just completely loved her writing. I think I've talked to you guys before about Dream of Orchids and Silver Hill, which are both right here. And I really want to find another one that she wrote called Fire and Gold, because I read that when I was in middle school, and I completely loved it. It was about the San Francisco fire, that was in the early 1900s, I think. But yeah, I really loved that one, so I need to find it. But yeah, this is one that I haven't read before, so I'll be interested to get into it. And then I found this, and I was so excited. This is kind of a really awful cover, but this is Murder at the Vicarage by Agatha Christie. And again, the cover is not my favorite, but I really like the spine, and it was a hardcover, so that was great. And yeah, it was in really good condition. There aren't any spots on it, so that was excellent. And then, this is probably the one that I was most excited for, just because this cover is amazing. This is Bill Bryson, and it's Notes from a Small Island, an affectionate portrait of Britain. And this is one of his that was definitely on my list to read. And this cover just completely sold it for me. And the fact that I probably was going to get it anyway, but this cover is just so cool. I love it. So I'm very excited to read this. I might save this though and try to read his book on Shakespeare first, because I've heard from people that that's a really good one to start with, especially if you love Shakespeare. So I will probably try to read that one first and then read Notes from a Small Island. And then, last but certainly not least, one that I was incredibly excited for, probably just as excited as Notes from a Small Island, is Juliette Marillier's Daughter of the Forest. This, again, was in pretty good condition. It only has a few marks on it. And it was hardcover, so that was cool. I do kind of wish that I'd found it in paperback, but I feel like if I had found it in paperback, it wouldn't be in nearly as good of a condition as this. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm still going to read Heart's Blood first, because that's already on my list for October, for Halloween time, because I think that fantasy is always great to read at Halloween, and also it was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so of course I was going to read it at Halloween, because it just seems appropriate. But yeah, Daughter of the Forest, I've heard nothing but good things about. And I've heard that the sequels to this, some people really like them and some people don't really like them, I think, from what I've heard. And my friend who I was with today has also read this, and she loved it. And she read the second one, and she said the second one was kind of sad. So I am very excited that I get to read this first. Like, I'm glad that this one isn't as sad, I guess. I don't know. But super excited to read this. But again, it will be after I read Heart's Blood. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. But anyway, this is my little haul. It's all these. And I'm very excited for all of these. I might try to read some of these kind of soon. Not Murder at the Vicarage, because I'm trying to read all the Poirots before I get into the Miss Marples, and Murder at the Vicarage is the first Miss Marple. But I might read Amethyst Dreams pretty soon, just because it's short and it's a Phyllis A. Whitney, so I might try to work this into my October Halloween reads. We shall see. But yes, that's my haul. Let me know what you guys think of any of these. If you've read any of them, let me know. And also, if you like this movie, or if you have yet to see it and you like car chase action movies, or just Paul Walker or Vin Diesel, you should watch it. But yes, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.